Hello students, welcome to LJ Institute of Engineering and Technology. Here myself Mr. Jaiswal Kishan, Civil Engineering Department, and we are learning all about structural analysis. Now today we are in session number 1 for moment distribution method. So let's start our session. Now in today's session we will be learn some theories and concept related to moment distribution method. So the first thing is sign convention. So this is more similar to the slope deflection method. The most of the part of slope deflection method has been adopted for MDM because MDM is nothing but moment distribution method is nothing but an advanced version of slope deflection method. So most of the criteria or the fundas are similar to the slope deflection method. So likewise here the clockwise direction means all the clockwise direction like as it is a moment or it is a deflection or it is a slope will be considered as positive and anti-clockwise direction will be considered as negative for the simplicity of solving the examples. Now like I said that the moments means the clockwise moment will be considered as positive, anti-clockwise moment will be considered as negative. Deflection, look, this is deflection of B to B dash. So this deflection is occurring in clockwise direction which we will be taking as a positive. Now here the deflection occurring is in A to A dash which is in anti-clockwise direction. So it is an anti-clockwise moment. Look, anti-clockwise so negative and clockwise as a positive. Similarly here case 3 is slope. So for slope, clockwise slope is as a positive and anti-clockwise slope is as a negative. Similarly, our fixed end moment. For point load, there will be two moments like as this is anti-clockwise moment and this clockwise moment generation. So anti-clockwise moment will be minus WL by 8 and clockwise moment will be plus WL by 8 for point load, WL square by 12 for UDL and WAB square by L square for MFAB and for MFB it is WA square B by L square. Here the formula does not remain same. In MFAB and MFBA they are different because in one it comes B square, in other it comes A square. So these are the similar formula which we did in slope deflection method. Next is for slope. So here slope is at A. So the formula will become 4EI theta A upon L and at the opposite end it will be 2EI theta A upon L. Now I would like to mention that please remember this formula because this formula will be using in the new concept of MDM, new theory. So please remember this formula of slope. And for deflection, the formula became 6EI delta upon L square. Both the moments. Now simply supported moment for point load, it is WL by 4 and reactions are W by 2. For uniformly distributed load, central moment is WL square by 8 and its reactions are WL by 2. For eccentric, RA is WB by L, RB is WA upon L and its moment is WAB upon L. So this is till here it was all similar to slope deflection method. Now let's start the new terms or say important terms for moment distribution method. The very first is stiffness. What is stiffness? If we compare two material like as a steel bar and a timber stick. So timber is less stiffer than compared to steel bar because steel is more flexible. If we compare another two material like as a brick and as a steel, so we can understand that steel is more flexible as compared to brick. Brick is a brittle material. So stiff is more stiff is brick and less stiff is this steel. Now here, what is stiffness? The moment required to produce a unit rotation means slope at the simply supported end of a member is called stiffness. Here it has been taken that amount of moment means unit rotation is required. Now for that required, how much moment we require to apply means here a moment required to produce unit rotation means we require a unit rotation and for that how much amount of moment is required at the simply supported end, that is nothing but my stiffness. Here in the figure you can see A support is a simple support and B support is a fixed support. We require theta equals to unit which is 1 at A support. So for that stiffness is equals to moment upon rotation. Now here in this case we require stiffness and he will require stiffness equals to moment upon rotation, in which theta we are taken as a 1. Now here stiffness is noted with K, moment as M and rotation as theta, and we require theta as a 1. So place theta equals to 1. So ultimately we get K equals to M. Ultimately stiffness equals to moment. What it says in a simple word, if we apply if we require a unit moment, so the amount of moment required will be directly proportional to its moment, that is said by this formula. This K equals to M. Next is far end is fixed. Now, what is the far end is fixed? The moment required to rotate the near end of a prismatic beam through a unit angle without translation, the far end being fixed is given by, means look in this beam, here A support is my simple support and its far end, which is B end, is a fixed support. So how much amount of moment required over here? So as I said, to remember that formula, the far end is fixed, the formula became 4EI upon L. So at the simple end, the formula remains 4EI upon L, and at the opposite end, half field transfer, that is 2EI upon L. These things need to be remembered. Now the moment produced at the far end, M, will be equal to 2EI upon L in same direction. Now also remark this word same direction. What it says, that whenever the moment is applied in this beam, the slope will be generated. The slope generated in clockwise direction. This theta, as you see, it is in clockwise direction. So it's both the moment will be generated in clockwise direction, like as we learned in formula, that if a generation of slope is in clockwise direction, both the moment will be in clockwise direction. So here theta has been generated as unit. Our formula is 4EI theta upon L. So in the place of theta we have put it as a unit. So ultimately moment remains 4EI upon L. And at the opposite end, because it is a fixed end, so it can resist moment. So half moment will be transferred, and that is nothing but 2EI upon L. This is nothing but my M dash, which is far end moment. Now here far end is hinged. Earlier we did far end is fixed, here is this far end is fixed. Now the far end is hinged. Let's see. The moment required to rotate the near end of a prismatic beam through a unit angle without translation means without deflection, the far end being hinged is given by K equals to 3I upon L. Now for the simple end, if far end is simple, the formula becomes 3EI upon L at the near end. And as my far end is simple, and we know that simple support or hinge support or a roller support can't resist moment, that's why at that place the moment will becomes to 0. So we are placing M dash, which is far end moment, is as a 0. Here at the near end where the generation of moment occur, we required 3EI upon L. Now here the theta is 1, so the formula is 3EI theta upon L, but at the place of theta we have placed 1, so ultimately M, which is moment, equals to stiffness equals to 3EI upon L. Now here the moment produced at the far end, M, will be equals to 0 because of the hinge support. As I said, hinge support does not resist moment. So here we learned stiffness, we learned if far end is fixed, how much moment required to produce at the near end, to generation of the theta. This is nothing but stiffness of that particular member. And here if far end is simple, then what we require moment to generate a unit angle. Now definitions for carryover moment. So in case of beam with far end is fixed, as we learned previously, look, in a case of a beam with far end is fixed, the M moment is applied at the near end, means we have applied that. If you consider a beam with far end is fixed, we applied moment at the near end is 4EI upon L, so that is my M. So M dash moment will produce at the far end, that moment half 1, which is 2EI upon L, which was produced, that is considered as an M dash. So the M dash moment is called as carryover moment. In simple word, the moment which is transferred at the far end, that is nothing but my M dash, which is also known as carryover moment. So beam where far end is fixed, near moment which we apply at the point theta, there we have produced M equals to 4EI upon L, and at the opposite end we have transferred the half moment, and that half moment is nothing but my m dash equals to 2ei upon n. Similarly, if far end is simple, so the nearer moment, which is my at the position of theta, the formula becomes 3i upon l, that is my m. The far end moment is 0 because we know that it is a simple end and it does not resist moment, so at that place m dash becomes 0. So when the far end is simple, carryover moment is equals to 0. Now m is nothing but my moment applied at the near end, and m dash is nothing but my carryover moment. So this was carryover moment definition. Our next definition is for carryover factor. Now what is carryover factor? It is linked to the previous theory that carryover factor is nothing but moment produced at far end to the moment produced at near end. So carryover factor COF equals to m dash upon m. So when far end of the beam is fixed, let us consider one case of far end is fixed, our carryover factor became m dash, which is my far end moment. And what is my far end moment? This one 2ei upon n. So I have placed 2ei upon n. To the capital M, which is my produced moment, which is 4ei upon n, to the 4ei upon n. So after cancelling out all, I get 1 upon 2, which is nothing but equals to 0.5. So for far end is fixed, my carryover factor becomes 0.5. And we know that if far end is simple, the m dash is 0. So ultimately for that, carryover factor is also 0. So now let's recall what was carryover moment, the moment which has been produced at the far end. And what is carryover factor? Carryover factor is nothing but a ratio of m and m dash. M dash to the m dash is nothing but my far end moment, and m is nothing but my near end moment which was produced to generate a theta. Now, distribution factor. This is a very important term for the solving of example using moment distribution method. So now here consider a joint in a structure where two or members meet. So here I have considered a joint O where two or more members, like here I have considered A, B, C and E, 4 members are meeting at this joint A, it's joint O. Since all the members meeting at this joint undergoes the same rotation, here I have applied moment M, and all the members are undergoes with the same rotation theta. Now the moment M is distributed to each of the member according to their relative stiffness. Now this moment M will be distributed in such a way with according to their particular stiffness. As you know, this is a fixed support, this is a hinge support, this is a fixed support, and again this is a hinge support. So there will be variation in the stiffness of that particular member. So we will be distributing that M moment accordingly. So the factor by which the applied moment is distributed in the member is known as that distribution factor. So the M moment which are distributing in the respective manner of stiffness, that factor is considered as a distribution factor. So distribution factor is nothing but K upon summation of A, K, where K is stiffness of that particular member and summation of K is nothing but total stiffness. Means if I consider OA member, so K is the stiffness of the OA member to the total stiffness, means the entire stiffness of the structure. So it is nothing but K upon summation of K, which is stiffness of that member upon total stiffness. Now here I have considered this figure in which if an external moment M is applied to such a joint, the joint will undergo rotation theta as shown in figure. Now let's proceed how to find this distribution factor. Now here there are 4 members, member OA, member OB, member OC and member OD, in which we are distributing this M as per their. So as we studied previously, our stiffness is nothing but our moment in the very first important term in which we have studied that K is equals to M. We will be using the same kind of relation. Now here member OA, K, which is stiffness, is equals to M equals to moment. So look here, I have used 4ei1 upon L1. What is that? That is moment. And how it has been generated at over member OA? Because look at the far end, A support is my fixed support, And if my far end is fixed, the moment generated as a 4EI upon L, as we just studied previously. In that term, important terms in which the after stiffness the far end is fixed and far end is simple has been K. The same funda accumulating all the three terms, we are solving this distribution factor. So member OA, in which K is my stiffness, which is nothing but equals to moment, which is equals to 4EI1 upon L1. Why 4EI upon L? Because far end is fixed. Similarly for OB, it is 3EI upon L. Why? Because far end is simple. For OC, far end is fixed, so value will be 4EI upon L. And for D, far end is simple again, so 3EI upon L. Or in all, I and L are vary because I3 and L3, I2, L2, it is a different function we have took for length and for I. That's why it is mentioned like that. And E has been considered as similar because every entire structure has been considered as same elasticity. Now, as we learned that distribution factor is nothing but stiffness upon summation of stiffness, means stiffness of that particular member to the entire stiffness of the structure. So first of all, we will be finding out the entire stiffness. Then what will be our entire stiffness? The summation of K will be K1 plus K2 plus K3 plus K4. Let us assume that this is a K1, this is a K2, this is as a K3 and this is as a K4. The summation of stiffness will be getting from this summation of all the four members stiffness. So first of all, we will be finding out stiffness for the member OA. So how we can find out distribution factor is distribution factor equals to K1 upon summation of K. Summation of K comes from here and K1 comes from here. So I get the distribution factor of that particular member OA. And now I have to distribute this moment in the member OA. So I will be just multiplying with this m multiplied by K1 upon summation of K. Similarly, m multiplied by K3 upon summation of K, K4 upon summation of K, K2 upon summation of K. Respective stiffness to the entire stiffness and multiplied with the m means distribution factor is nothing but stiffness upon summation of stiffness into m. Then you can transfer this moment equally in the all four members. So this was the distribution. Now our next step is steps to solve the examples. So first we will be finding out fixed end moment. Then we will be finding out distribution factor table, in which particular distribution factor we will be finding out to distribute the moment as we did previously in the theory. And then we will be finding out moment distribution table. With the help of distribution factor and with the help of FEM, we will be finding out moment distribution table in which the moment will be distributed equally. And then we will be finding out final end moments. With the help of this moment distribution table, we can get final end moments. And then if asked shear force, then we will be drawing shear force. And if asked bending moment, then we will be drawing bending moment diagram. So with the help of these theories, we will be solving our sessions of moment distribution method examples.